Mixed doubles continues. Second match of our coverage here on this final day coming up. Wright and Kovalova, fan favorites here on the PPA
seconds.
Tour. Susannah Barr, Tyler Loong on the court as well. What are you
Game
looking
one.
most forward
Time
to
is
Rod,
in.
in this
0-0-2.
match as Loong gets ready to serve?
This is going to be exciting. I love to see some new faces out here on championship court. Tyler Loong and Susannah Barr earning their way. Oh, look, right there, setting yourself up for the Ernie. That's a beautiful play. There you go, guys. Introducing to you Susannah Barr. Let's go. Starting off hot on point one. Tyler Loong,
1-0-2.
one of the great lefties of the game here.
Side out.
I know how tough it is to play a great lefty on the basketball court or to try and hit a great lefty pitcher who's in the group on the mound.
Right.
How does it translate to pickleball?
Oh, yeah. Well, absolutely. As a lefty myself, you know, the spot that they normally go to is on the other side. So they have that little mental hitch already in their game that they have to look elsewhere. It's not their plan A. They have to adjust their plan A immediately. And, you know, as a lefty, you know, we love that. We love it. But, you know, the best in the world, they're ready to do just that.
Point.
You know, and in terms of what it's going to take to win these matches here, you know, nothing's changed.
1-1,
You've got to minimize unforced errors in this great game of pickleball. So let's see who can do it better today. Matt Wright.
Side out.
Sails long.
1-1-1.
This is great, folks. We have
Point.
Susannah Barr and Tyler Loong taking down Jeff Warnick and Jesse Irvin earlier today
2-1-1.
to be here in 3 games.
Big upset?
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. You know, I don't know if it would... On paper, yes, it's categorized as an upset. You know, absolutely. These guys are a powerhouse team. This is a new team. They've just gotten together this year. You know, both out of Utah, so they get to cross paths more than perhaps other teams might. But again, that getting to practice together comes a long way. I'll start off by saying we have seen already too many unforced errors here from Barr. But it's early. She can still cut those out.
Wind picks up just a little bit here at Newport Beach.
Distributing really well right here, right now. Obviously, she's going to be their target for this match. And it's working.
Point.
Kovalova Wright had to take down Terashenko and McGuffin. That also went 3 games to be here. 11-6, 2-11, 11-3.
Matt Wright.
2-2-2.
Yesterday teaming with Deckel Barr. Lucy Kovalova, I think yesterday if you were to take one MVP of the entire field, men's and women's side, it would be Lucy with what she did.
Yeah, I would agree. Honorable mention to Callie Smith,
yes.
But Lucy Kovalova takes the cake on the MVP from yesterday. Looking to do it again today, getting low to sneak that ball down the middle.
2-2-2. Side out.
Nice. Loong looking to keep that intensity, needs his partner to stay positive and really rebound here. It's a tie game here. It feels like it's been a long game so far. There she is, able to sense out that hole and thread the needle there down the middle.
2-2-2.
Susannah Barr rocking the Morgan Evans signature paddle. MorganEvans.com. And there's that lefty forehand in the middle.
And as a pro pickleball player, what you rock as a paddle, that's very, very
2-2-1.
Yeah, you know, in a lot of ways it really is. It's nice that there's a variety in the game that fits,
Second server.
you know, the variety of different players we have in this game. And, you know, you really want to have that bond
2-2-2.
with what your paddle does. So, you know, that ball goes where you're expecting it to go. Little flick from Matt Wright, handled by Susannah. She is not to be underestimated.
3-2-2.
Third shot drive, setting Tyler Loong up.
Whoa.
Side out.
That ball is half a dime long.
2-3-1.
Here we go, folks.
Point.
Looks like the mind games are at play here. It looks like I can kind of feel
3-3-1.
these players looking to take control of the match, and I think Matt Wright is in the lead right now in that category. Susannah Barr will need to remain unfazed.
Point.
Tough ball, Matt, all over it. Team Onyx, Lucy Kovalova, Matt Wright.
4-3-1.
What?
Wright comes over.
What?
Point.
The back roll. That was awesome. That was really cool. Whoa.
Lucy got a little
5-3-1.
tied up that time, spun around. Not expecting it.
There's a little bit of a ball chain there with no foot fault. Very impressive.
6-3 lead
6-3-1.
now. 4 straight points. Make it
Point.
5. So right now, if you're Matt Wright, you're playing
7-3-1.
with the player that is an absolute assassin here in Newport Beach in Kovalova. Out again.
Point.
What do you want, this? Sure. Okay, here we go. Come on.
That was a great fight, but Matt Wright coming out on top.
Yes, ma'am.
Looks like Loong and Susannah Barr are kind of guessing right now on
8-3-1.
what exactly they need to do to get this puzzle solved here. Not a good place to be.
Come on, go.
Second
There's a
server.
little bit of light right there, shining in.
Second
8-3-2.
serve here from Matt Wright. One of the elder statesmen here on the tour in his early 40s.
Point.
Asked him yesterday, how much longer do you want to play this great game at this level? He says, as long as I possibly can, trying to
9-3-2.
squeeze as many years
Nice.
as I can here.
Well, he's certainly on top.
Not ready for
Side
Dave
out.
Weinbach and the senior tour just yet.
No, no, not just yet. Nice counter by Susannah Barr to get the ball back in hand.
3-9-1.
Oh,
Second server.
that would have been vicious, but they really need to kind of really treasure these
3-9-2.
serve possessions here and hold them on longer than just a couple few attempts.
Oh, beauty.
Side out.
Crowd appreciates it here in Newport Beach.
9-3-1.
Just curls that ball to the sideline.
Point.
Of course, it is Easter Sunday here. Happy Easter to all those celebrating. And
10-3-1.
Rob, I did not get the memo that that the attire would be so formal. You are absolutely knocking it out of the park here.
Thanks, Drew. You look great. You're coming with.
Can't hang with you today. That is strong, my friend.
Oh, and the overhead sails
Point
wide
game.
right for
11-3.
game
2
one.
minutes to switch ends.
11-3. Wright and Kovalova over Loong and Barr. Let's take one more look at that final point.
The lob goes with the lob serve, which can catch you off guard a little bit. Casually coming to the line. Wide stretch there for the backhand lob, and an unfortunate missed overhead from Susannah Barr. Just a little off balance there, sends it wide. But that's the type of presence that Matt Wright has. He makes you go for a little too much, and those unforced errors are essentially a little forced.
Game number 1 in the books. Game 2 coming up next after this message from Jigsaw Health.
When I step onto the court, I get a burst of adrenaline. That adrenaline makes me focus, and that focus helps me win.
I love looking out and seeing my teammates standing there, supporting me, cheering me on.
People always ask me, what do you want out of a pickleball brand? For me, it's simple: performance products and support.
Performance is a head game.
Back here on championship court,
Game
Lucy
2,
Kovalova,
time is in.
the
0-0-2.
Slovakian, set to serve. Her along with Matt Wright, winning game 1.
Point.
Tough miss there.
1-0-2.
Short.
Side out.
Is it the toughest day on the final day
0-1-1.
in mixed doubles? To dig deep, find your best pickleball because you've played, of course, a few prior days. Obviously, a little bit of fatigue. It's going to be the final day. You're probably traveling the next day or sometimes even that night.
0-1-2.
Take us into the life of a professional pickleballer.
Yeah, the toughest day, in my opinion, is every day you're here. You know, the stress that comes with, you know, showing up, you know, and having a good, you know, sound mind mentally and whatnot. You know, the days later in the tournament might be a little easier for a couple of reasons. You know, you've already played, you're familiar with the court, you know what to expect. Whereas day 1, you might be caught off guard by the elements or whatnot. It might be a little cold, especially when you're coming from a different atmosphere, different
1-1-1.
different environment. The air might be different, the ball sails different, plays different. So game 3 might be, or day 3 rather, you might be a little more settled in to what to expect. You know, get the nerves out. And speaking of nerves, you know, we have Lucy Kovalova and Matt Wright.
1-1-2.
So familiar with the stage, you know, the center court, championship court. You know, that's one of the things that, you know, Susannah Barr is one of the newcomers to the pro scene in the recent years here. You know, getting those nerves out of the way, being familiar and comfortable with being on center court on the stage. You know, something Lucy and Matt are very visibly comfortable doing. There's a lot of pressure. I'm feeling a lot of pressure on Team Loong and Barr here. They need to set that aside and kick butt like they're capable of doing.
Just hits different when you come up here to championship court.
Right, right. But they're here for a reason. This is still in the winner's bracket side of things, which is pretty cool. You know, to see some new faces up here. Susannah Barr, Tyler Loong.
2-1-2.
Great lefty. There it is.
You mentioned being on center stage too. Lucy was doing my pickleball research as I do before every single event, and watching her on the Today Show a couple years back alongside Tyson McGuffin.
Right.
In Times Square, Lester Holt, NBC News.
Oh!
Side out.
Al Roker as well. Just watching that, just another example. Being the face of the
1-3-1.
He's done it so gracefully.
Point.
Right, absolutely.
Of course, her partner
2-3-1.
in women's doubles, Simone Jardim, anticipating a likely showdown here a little bit later. Matt Wright, another duel with Ben Johns, possibly on the horizon. Ooh.
There it is.
Second server.
Tyler Loong able to get real big there, pushing him to second serve.
2-3-2.
Tight game here. Game 2.
Side out.
We've seen a little bit of a pickle there. Not much she could do, sends that ball deep.
3-2-1. Second server.
I like that drop shot
3,
from
2, 2.
Susannah Barr. She's able to really put some pressure on Lucy. Keeps it hot. And there we go, Tyler Loong following suit.
Now 4-2.
4, 2, 2.
Momentum on the side of Loong and Barr here in game 2.
Ooh, great pickup by Susannah Barr. She follows it up. Matt Wright
Side out.
taking care of business. Off the paddle of Tyler Loong.
Anybody
2,
have
4,
quicker
1.
wrists than Matt Wright? Don't think so.
There's two names that come to mind, and they were both just on the court previously. Yeah. And, you know, they're still in this bracket as well.
3, 4, 1. Second server. 3, 4, 2.
Oh, yeah. Oh, such a good reset. Unreal.
Point.
Susannah Barr worked so good to really set that point up perfectly. Matt Wright with that perfect reset just to take all of that advantage
4,
away.
4, 2.
Here's the greats, folks.
Point.
Now the lead back to Wright and Kovalova.
5, 4, 2.
3 straight points here. Make it 4.
Point.
Knew that run was coming. Can Loong and Barr now put a hold
6,
to it?
4, 2. Point.
Beauty.
Tough ball. They decided not to stack there with, so that put Loong's backhand in the middle and forehand on the sideline.
7, 4, 2.
It's a little tricky for the lefty there, and Lucy was really able to punish down that sideline for it. At this point, you know, you're not out of the match. You really need to recommit to your plan A, I would say. Oh, yeah. There she is.
Side out.
That's the best point of the match for Loong and Barr.
I've gotten to play with Susannah Barr before, and not to mention, I mean, I loved it. I love
4,
playing
7,
with
1.
Susannah Barr. One of the great things she has is that radar of when to punish to the guy on the guy's side. That was fantastic. No easy task on Matt Wright. Let's see what they can do here.
Second server. 4, 7, 2.
Let's pick up from Loong. It's a lot of spin from Matt.
Wow.
Side out.
And right there, I mean, if you take a look at that shot, like, he has so many options on that forehand. He can just go to either
7,
sideline
4,
with that
1.
at will. It's so good.
Second
Goes for
server.
it. All his Easter eggs in one basket.
Of course, the older you get, you have to learn
7,
how to
4,
be great,
2.
expending less and less energy, right?
Yeah, being efficient is a huge part of pickleball. Absolutely, Drew, for sure. Oh!
Side out.
Little ghosty guy down the sideline of Lucy. Lucy got a little paralyzed there as Matt's presence was
4, 7,
overbound
1.
a little bit there. But yeah.
Second server. 4, 7, 2.
Susannah Barr, ball in hand. These volleys get him to the kitchen line. Ernie from Matt Wright. Sets him up
Side
for a
out.
side out. It's a great point.
7, 4, 1. Point. Eight, 4, 1.
Now 8-4-1. And
Second
Lucy
server.
can't return to be a second serve. Coming up.
There's that great reaction time from Tyler Loong. One of the best
8-4-2.
counterpunchers in the game. He plays such a passive game and just waits for you to attack into him, and he can do so much with it. Really strong. Oh, he's there for the cover on that first one, but out of position for the second.
Lucy's on fire. And there is Connor Pardo.
Yes, ma'am.
Taking in the action here in Newport
9-4-2.
Beach. This has been such a successful PPA Tour stop. Fourth one of 2021. Been to some fabulous cities, Phoenix, Tampa,
Point.
of course, St. George, Utah. And I can see why. The first time ever I've been to
10-4-2.
Newport Beach, Connor raving about it. Could see why.
Yeah, Connor Pardo, the man with the plan. Great vision for professional pickleball. And this venue and this event here speaks for itself. Early attempt from Loong.
Point game match.
Not
11-4.
enough. Game 2 in the books. The match going to Wright and Lucy Kovalova. They will move on. Susannah Barr and Tyler Loong, that's their first loss today, so they're still in it, Drew. And it was great to see them on center court. Hopefully we get to see him again. Matt Wright. Oppressive fire. Just his presence influencing the point here.
So Kovalova and Wright come back in game 2 and take it. 11-3, 11-4. We'll come back to Newport Beach. Got lots more straight ahead.